Welcome to Savannah, Georgia, where the moss hangs low and the stories run deep. This city doesn't just whisper its history, it sings it, slow and sweet like a southern hymn. As you walk these cobblestone paths and pass beneath the live oaks, know that you're stepping into a place where grace and mystery hold hands. We're honored to guide you, not just through Savannah's streets, but through the stories she still carries. Savannah's heart is knowing every shadow holds a memory and every breeze tells a tale.
Some stories aren't told, they're inherited. Savannah was not built by accident. She was imagined, drawn from the mind of a man who believed a city could be both defensible and dignified. General James Edward Oglethorpe, a gentleman of vision and valor, arrived in 1733 with a plan not just for settlement, but for society. He did not come alone. At his side stood Tomochichi, the Miko of the Yamakra, whose friendship and wisdom shaped the land as surely as any blueprint.
Savannah is America's first planned city, designed with a visionary ward system centered around public squares. Each square is a living canvas, framed by stately homes, historic churches, and civic landmarks that whisper stories of cotton barons, revolutionaries, and literary legends. As you stroll through the city's historic district, you'll find yourself surrounded by architectural splendor and Southern grace. These squares aren't just spaces, they're Savannah's memory laid out in moss and stone.
Folks say she's America's first planned city. Laid out with care, square by square, like a quilt stitched with stories. These public squares? They're surrounded by grand old homes, churches, and buildings that have seen cotton barons, soldiers, and storytellers come and go. As you walk through the historic district, take your time, look around. You're standing in the middle of Southern grace and architectural splendor, and we're glad to guide you through it.
These squares were not decoration. They were the heartbeat of community, framed by homes, gardens, and civic life. The design was military in its logic, but poetic in its execution. It allowed for order, for expansion, and for grace. Together, they laid out a city unlike any other in the colonies.
Savannah's history is still alive in the more than 40 historic houses proudly on the National Register. Thousands more breathe within one of the largest historic districts in America. Some welcome you as bed and breakfasts, others as museums, each doorway a threshold into centuries past. But Savannah is more than architecture, it's also a stage. Over 60 films have been shot here, from Civil War epics to modern thrillers, each capturing the city's timeless character. Walk these squares, and you're stepping into scenes both lived and filmed, haunted and celebrated. So come explore Savannah. Here, every home tells a story, and every street is a set waiting for you to enter the frame.